Hey, what's up everybody? It is one hot day today. I was going to get out here and talk about something. Judging distances with different weight arrows and different spine arrows you have tuned for your target. Shooting at different distances and how to think about how your arrow is going to fly through the air before it hits that target. This is one part of instinctive shooting. If you watch a lot of Rick Welch's videos, all he does is stare at a spot. And what his mind's doing is calculating how that arrow is going to fly to that target. His arm's doing all the work. He's just looking at that spot. When he puts his hand where he wants to shoot, he knows where his brain's going to tell him to send the arrow. So we're going to try to do something similar. I'm going to start with the 500 spine arrow here. This arrow is shooting about 190 grains up front, and I'm going to shoot a 250 right behind it. It is shooting about 250 up front. I mean a 400 right behind this 500, shooting about 250 up front. The arrows are pretty good weight difference. I haven't weighed them, but I just know by shooting different distances, you could tell. I think that 400 with the 250 has probably a good 4-inch drop compared to the 500. But let's take a shot with the 500. And we're going to shoot the deer vitals first and see how it flies. Y'all stay tuned. Alright, we're going to start out with the 500 spine arrow with the 190 up front. This is about a 20-yard shot. What we're going to do is stare in the middle of that deer target, the deer picture on my block. Stare into the middle, and all we'll do is keep our eyes on that spot. And my mind's going to tell me, hey, you need to put your arm right here, and this is where you need to release. So let's pick a spot right in the middle of those that deer lung. Then we're going to draw up, feather the nose, keep staring at the spot, and release the arrow. Okay, that was a good shot. A little bit to the right, but it was in the deer lungs. So we're going to do the same thing with the 400. We're going to draw, stare at our spot, draw, put the feather to the nose, and let our brain worry about how it's going to send the arrow flight. So we know this heavy arrow is going to drop off a little bit compared to that 500. So where we're looking at, my arm's probably going to be held a hair higher, not much, just a hair, to compensate for that drop. So let's see if this works. All right, so that was the 400. A little bit to the left, not perfect center. I didn't. There's a few things that are causing that, but that's what I'm talking about. It was the exact same spot, two different weight arrows, but I let my brain say, hey, you need to hold the arrow here, and the arrow is going to hit its target. That's two deadly arrows right there. And we're going to move to a different distance and try the same concept. Alright, here's the results of the first two shots. The 500 is on the right and the 400 is on the left. Look at the distance, look at how close they are together as far as height. That's how I chose to release the arrow, how my brain compensated to get that heavy 400 in the exact same spot as the lighter 500. This is what I'm striving for. This is how I like to shoot, but you can also see this is how it works. Let's shoot it at a different distance now and see if we can accomplish the same thing. All right, we stepped out to the deer target out here in the back. This from here, this target's probably about a 25-yard shot versus the 20 about 19 or 20 we just shot. So I'm gonna try to hit the little mark. There's a little group that's looks like it's been cut up on the back of the target. So let me move this camera a little bit this way. All right, y'all can probably see the target a little bit better now. But we're gonna shoot from here. We're gonna shoot right at that little cut up spot at the top of the target and show the distance between both the 500 and the 400 spine arrow, and how I don't really have to change much with my what I'm doing to hit the same spot with two different arrows. Y'all check it out. Alright, let's shoot the 500 first and see how it flies. So this is a downhill shot. So on a straight shot, you're gonna have more drop off than a downhill shot. So right now, as I'm looking at this target, even though it's a further distance, I'm gonna hold kind of similar to how I was holding at 20 yards. But maybe, so I'm looking at my spot right now. Let's put this arrow in that cluster. There it is. The 500 is a hair high in that cluster in the back that I was shooting at. Now let's shoot the 400. That was an accurate shot right there. Let's see what the 400 does. I know it's gonna drop off, so I'm gonna have to hold a little different. Right there. It's right in the center of that cluster. So what the distance I held between the 5 and the 400 were almost the same, but my mind told me hold your arm for the 400 a hair higher, and it's gonna land either in the same spot as that 500 or it's gonna drop into your mark. And that's exactly what it did. It dropped off into that cluster. I'm gonna run the camera down there and show y'all what happened. And this is instinctive shooting. This is how I shoot. I'm not aiming, I'm just watching that spot. When my bow arm gets to where I think it needs to be, that's where I'm leaving it. And I feel, if I draw and I feel like, hey, you need to move your arm up a hair, move your arm up a hair, but stare a hole in that spot, because that's the spot you're wanting to hit. Your brain's gonna tell you how you need to hold your arm or how you need to position to get your arrow where it wants to go at a distance. All right, so these were my last two shots. This was about a 25-yard shot. I was shooting at this cluster right here I was talking about, that cut up spot. So the first shot was the 500. It went a hair high, and remember, this was a downhill shot, so your arrow is not gonna drop off as bad. The 400 went right where I was looking, right where I was expecting it to go, in the middle of that cluster. So this was the 400 here on the bottom. But what I was saying, as long as you keep your mind clear and stay on that spot, when you start learning how your arrows are going to fly, whatever you're shooting, that's when you'll start knowing, hey, I need to hold my arm here, or hey, look at this spot, and this is where your arms are going to go. Hey, this is where I need to hold, and then you can keep focusing on that spot and let the aiming part, or not really aiming, but the other part go away, and just focus on making a clean shot. Alright, so we moved a little bit closer to our deer target. It's a different angle, it's a different distance, but what I'm going to do is shoot at those deer vitals. Lung area, heart, but we're going to start off shooting our 500 spine arrow. The main thing I want to tell y'all about this kind of shooting, don't worry about how far your target is away. That's not how we're shooting. All we're looking at is the spot. And the spot we pick, our mind's gonna compensate, to tell us where to hold our bow and how to, when to release our arrow. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna pick a spot. I got a spot picked right above that deer's armpit, a little bit higher. And I know this shot is closer than the one I just took over here, so I'm not gonna have to, I guess I'm not gonna have to hold as high. So let's go ahead and take the shot, go through our shot process, stare a hole at that spot we're gonna look at. I got it zoned in right now, so let's do it. So I messed that shot up. It's gonna happen. You're gonna mess up, but you I'm gonna go ahead and take another shot with the same arrow set up to 500. What I did on that last shot was I let down, I collapsed. Can't do that. So let's pick that spot again. We're on it. Draw. Right there. Double lung, straight through the hole. Let's do it with the 400, the heavier arrow this time. This is the heavier arrow. I know it's gonna drop a little bit, but I don't care. Right there, same spot, right in the hole. It doesn't matter, like I said, the distance doesn't matter. When you pick that spot and you get your mindset on that's where your arrow is gonna go, that's where it's gonna go. I'm not worried about aiming with anything. I'm not worried about the tip of the arrow. I'm not worried about anything else except that spot I picked. I pick that spot, go through my shot process, and stay on that spot. And that's how you become accurate with instinctive shooting. You're gonna mess up though. On the second arrow or the first arrow I shot, I let down. There's things you're gonna do that it's gonna cause you to miss your shot. You're gonna let down, hand gonna come off your face, you're gonna grip your bow, things like that. But when you get that concrete shot process down and you can figure out how you messed up, that's when you become accurate. All right, let's take two more quick shots, 500 spine, then a 400. And we're gonna put it right in the deer lungs in that hole. It's a downhill shot, remember. So your arrow is gonna fly, it's gonna be pretty flat flying. Don't worry about it. Just look at your spot and put the arrow where it needs to go. That was a good shot. Right in the kill zone. Now that was that 500 spine arrow. Now let's shoot the 400. Right there. Went right in the hole in the lungs. Right where I was looking. You notice, if you look down there, you notice it's the same height as the 500. Even though it's a way heavier arrow, it didn't matter. It's where I was looking. I knew how that arrow was going to fly, and it landed exactly where I was looking, in the double lung, in the hole I have in my target. And this distance is probably about 15 yards. So, like I said, it doesn't matter. Wherever you're looking, you're going to learn how your arrow is going to fly at certain distances. So that's what I'm trying to get accomplished with this video. I'm just letting y'all know, practice your instinctive shooting. Look at your spot, keep your spot. My friend Steve would say, keep your spot, and everything else will take over, and you'll hit the mark. Y'all take it easy, keep shooting. I'm gonna run down here and show y'all the last two shots, and keep trying, keep practicing. Season's coming up quick. Those deer aren't gonna be at 30 yards for us for our instinctive shots. They're gonna be at 11 to 17 yards max for me. Wait till they get close. Look at that spot, stare at that spot, put the arrow through the lungs. Y'all take it easy. All right, this was those last two shots. I was aiming for double lung, not really aiming, but looking at that spot, looking at that hole in the target right there, that hole right there. And that arrow on the right is my 400, the heavier arrow. The arrow on the left is the 500. Both are in the kill zone. That's double lung with the 500, and that's double lung, maybe heart with the 400. Like I said, don't worry about anything else except your spot. Your body's gonna make its decision, your mind's gonna make the decision of where you need to hold and where you need to shoot. Keep practicing. Season's coming up. We're gonna have a few hunting videos hopefully on this channel here soon, and something awesome may come of it this year. I'm gonna do my best to not pick up the compound and keep shooting traditional. I love it. I want to do this for years to come, and hopefully one day I can get my son into it, and he can take some animals with a stick bow too. Y'all stay tuned. Tomorrow we're going to be going to a little 3D course down in Bodcott near me, and have some fun. I appreciate y'all watching this video, taking y'all's time out to watch this video. I just felt like I needed to get out here and kind of explain how I shoot. There's no trick to it. It's just how it's an instinctive method. You know, looking at your spot, holding on your spot and letting it go. Arrow goes where I look. Anyway, we're going to be going to a little 3D course tomorrow. I've never shot it. I'm pretty sure the targets are going to be way over 20 yards, so we're going to try our best not to have to move up, and maybe we can take some shots at some further distances, you know, 30 plus yards out, but we'll see. If we start missing too much, we're going to definitely have to move closer in to the target. I'm going to finish off this video just with a shot to the target, and me going through my shot process real quick from a side view and my release. This is that 500, but like I said, it doesn't matter. I'm gonna pick a spot. I know my spot right now, and I'm gonna put the arrow in the target. Appreciate y'all watching. Take it easy, and let's keep on shooting straight. There it is, double lung. Let's go check it out. See y'all next time. Alright, this is where my camera was, and this is my target. Let's walk down, check out this last shot. I'm walking downhill, but like I said, doesn't matter. You'll know how your arrow's gonna fly. This is my last shot. Awesome shot, double lung. That's a dead deer. Y'all take it easy. I'll see y'all tomorrow at the range.